One of my really good friends, I'm gonna name him. His name's Nick. It was his birthday, and it was actually his birthday day, and I hadn't got him anything yet, and I was like, what am I gonna do?
Get him a lettuce?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. No, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So I thought, what would be so fun is, those on the movies, I like those singergrams.
Yes, that's so good.
Yeah, which doesn't happen really in Australia. But I thought, I'm going to Google it and see if it is a thing. And there was actually one company who does it in our city.
Yeah.
And I called them. And on the website, I'm looking at all these really cool pictures. Like, there was a gorilla, and there was, just costumes. So I thought, how funny would that be? Like, a gorilla turning up to your door, with balloons and be like, happy birthday to you.
That'd be such a fun job.
I know. So I was like, hey, I know it's really late notice, but is it possible for you to do, what am I trying to say? Be my singergram this afternoon. And they were like, oh, it's very late notice. And I was like, I know, but is there anyone left? And they're like, we have a dwarf. And I was like, excuse me? We have a dwarf. And I was kind of morally, I just couldn't hire a dwarf. That's a person. It's not a costumed person. It's just a person.
A short person.
I'm like, oh, no thanks. And he goes, it's a stripper dwarf. That was going to make me want it.
No.
I was like, oh, thanks, but no thanks. And then I thought, how much would a stripper dwarf be? So I just said, just out of curiosity, how much is it to hire a stripper dwarf? And he said, oh, it depends where you live, but around $250. $250.
Wow.
Imagine, getting paid to do that. You just knock up on someone's door and sing them a song, and there you go. Anyway.
So strange.
Yeah. So then I was like, oh, no. I still have nothing. So then my head's like, what would be funny? What would be funny? And I just came to balloons. So we went and bought 500 balloons. And we blew them all up and just filled his room with them. And then we hid under them until he got home. Thing is, he took a bit longer getting home than we planned. And then he got home and we could hear him at home. But he didn't come straight to his room. So there's probably 5 of us under these balloons. And we start to giggle, and that means all the balloons are going and then he comes in, and then we jumped out of the balloons. And it was a lot of fun.
Yay.
And then he basically just went around popping all the balloons, having a ball, and we were all like, don't pop them. Our lips are so sore from rolling up 500 balloons by mouth.
Spent so much time.
I know, there were 3 of us, so our lips were ooh. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, that was my story about stripper dwarves and balloons.
There you go.
There you go.
The moral of the story is,
don't leave presents to the last minute.
excellent story.
Yeah, because especially good friends, because you want to plan them out well. If anyone has any advice on good, funny, pranky birthday presents that you've done, or you've heard of, or it's been done to you, let me know, because I'm all for good pranking. Not the person's going to end up crying or hurt. I mean, funny stuff. Whose birthday was the other day where everyone went out and they sticky noted, with the little sticky notes.
Someone's car?
The whole car. The whole car was just covered in little sticky notes. And they just did that, and then the person came out, and they'd also written words, so it had their name in it, I love, then their name. And I'm like, that's the best. What a good prank. You'd be like, my car, but it's not hurting anyone, and it makes you smile.